In today's video, we are going to discuss the AKTA Protein Purification System. This is the mid-range model of the Cytiva AKTA Protein Purification product portfolio. We're going to be discussing some of the nuances of the system, some of the features, benefits, and some of the components that you can see here, as well as some of the accessories that you can order with this system. Just before we start going into some of the details of the components, I wanted to discuss why we think protein purification is so important. So currently, biotechnology and biopharmaceuticals are big fields of study internationally, and to stay at the forefront of that, systems like these enable quick and reliable analysis of proteins. So now I would like to talk a little bit more about the hardware and accessories of the AKTA system. I think the best way to address this is to speak about the flow path, and then we can go through each component in turn. We'll start off with the instrument control panel. It's color coded, so you can immediately identify the current status of the system. It's got a power off, a pause, and a play button if you wanted to pause something to make any adjustments. From there, we're going to look at the solvent tray. We've got our mobile phases as well as our sample up here. The flow goes down through the tubing into the inlet valve. From here, the flow will go either to the pump, which is located here, for the solvents, and then from there into the mixer to make sure your mobile phases are properly mixed before they are introduced to the column. From the inlet valve, the sample is also then sent up to the injection valve, where it is introduced to the flow path. From this valve, the flow will go into the column, where the separation of the proteins, impurities, and mobile phases takes place. Separation will take place in the column, and from there the flow will go into the UV detector. The UV detector is set at 280 nanometers, which is the absorbance maximum for the majority of proteins. From there, it goes to a conductivity meter, which measures the gradient and makes sure that no mistakes happen during your chromatographic run. From the conductivity meter, it will go to the outlet valve, where it will go either to waste or to the fraction collector, if that is an accessory that you included in your system. In addition to the standard configuration that we've just discussed, the system also includes some really great features and benefits, which include things like the fact that it can work at 4 degrees Celsius, so you can use it in a refrigerated environment or even in a cold room. The lamp has zero equilibration time, so you don't have to spend hours waiting for the system to get ready. You can set it up, turn it on, and it should be ready to go. The entire flow path is also biocompatible and bioinert, so you don't have to worry about contamination or things getting stuck to the various flow paths. The Cytiva AKTA Go is also available with some additional accessories that you can have installed depending on your specific requirements. We can include a sample selection valve and a column selection valve that can allow up to 5 samples and 3 columns that can be dynamically changed during the runs or between samples. This is a great feature that will allow method scouting as well as method development, which automates that process for you. We can also install a pH meter, which will monitor the pH of the eluent as the runs go on. Finally, we can install air sensors, which will allow you to monitor if there's any air ingress into the system, which might compromise your results down the line.
When it comes to service and support, Separations is fully committed to having well-trained service technicians to keep your instrument in top condition.
If you do have any additional requests or need any more information about protein purification, chromatography in general, or your laboratory's analytical requirements, please contact Separations. We'll be happy to assist.